getting back to the question I was asking you guys. If a coach loses respect optically and actually, can he get it back when he doesn't actually have job security or clout, or when an overthrow, if you start in adversity, will end up with them swallowing you because they don't respect? Oh, now you changed the rules? It was okay for us to be everything that we were before, but now you're changing the rules because you and the GM are on the hot seat now, and because we have a reputation as a team, league-wide, as being soft and the great combination of soft and unmanageable.
Yeah, but soft is on the players. That's not, to me, that's not on the head
No,
coach.
but it's the style of play as well. It's not no, it's their style.
Right,
Their offense doesn't travel in December.
I know.
It's also the style.
It's because they rely on speed more than any other team in the league, and nobody was complaining about that in the middle of 2 seasons ago when they're the offense.
That's where the reputation comes from. Like, to me, it's unfair to ever call a football team soft, but this one has that reputation, does it not? Is anyone going to dispute me on this?
I would say it did have that reputation, but let's see about this year.
Okay, so they haven't played a game, but they may have changed it, even though, Chubb and Phillips are hurt, and, they're signing Judon for $6 million.
Good signing.
Yes, a good signing. When you guys tell me, forgive me for bringing up what is rehashed subject matter on chemistry, respect, leadership, but as we head into a football season that risks the job of the GM and the coach, and as the coach's reputation has gone up in flames in a way that needs to be rescued by this season, and even if they start 8-2, no one's going to trust them because of everything that December has brought to this franchise this entire century. They go into this season with him needing to be a leader, and he needs Tyreek Hill, because Chris made a face when I said Jalen Waddle wasn't a number one. He's not a number one. He came here, and it looked like he was a number one. Tyreek Hill made him look like a number one. Then the drop started, and that offense is not going to look the same if I take Tyreek Hill out of it. You all know it. No matter what a mastermind the coach is, you all know that if I don't make Tyreek Hill perfectly healthy, if he looks banged up or slower like he did last year, look what happens to the offense. It all falls apart. I don't know if Tua is their most important piece. I really don't.
He is on offense. Devon Achane.
The reason I say it is because I think Tua needs Tyreek Hill more than Tyreek Hill needs Tua. I think Tyreek Hill gets open against anybody. I think Tua needs Tyreek Hill to run that offense so he can throw the ball every time 2 seconds in.
Well, Tyreek Hill's got something to prove, too. He's an aging wide receiver coming off an extremely disappointing season. So everybody's got something to prove. Devon Achane averaged 8 yards a carry as a rookie. Last year was more of a standard 4-point something. Everybody on that offense has something to prove. Patrick Paul, the left tackle's got something to prove.
Do you guys disagree with what I'm saying, that Tua needs Tyreek more than Tyreek needs Tua?
They need each other,
yes.
I think. But I mean, we've seen what this offense looks like without Tua, and it's an absolute disaster with a healthy Tyreek Hill. But we've also seen the Dolphins last year didn't really do anything when Tyreek was injured all season. So they seem to need each other at this point in their careers, but I don't think one can necessarily succeed without the other.
There was that report from a Dolphin insider that cited sources that said the offense goes to hell when Tua's not out there.
So would you guys agree with me? And I believe that is also so, but when Tyreek has not been quite right and Tua's out there, I've also seen them constipated and no longer looking like the offense they look like that gave us enthusiasm in a fourth quarter against the Ravens and 70 points against the Broncos and put the expectations where they did. Whatever your expectations for the season are, 7.5 is the number for their season, the betting number. Greg Cody, the homer, has written a column saying go over there. We will get to his column in a moment. If we want to do a dramatic reading, I would love anyone to give me the most homerific parts of Greg Cody's most recent column beyond the paywall. But if I tell you right now, whatever your expectations for the season are, I'm not even going to – maybe you've got it at 12 wins. Take just Tyreek Hill out of that. Now where are your expectations? We know that you can't trust their quarterback to stay healthy, but now just take Tyreek Hill out. He can't play. He's suspended. He's hurt. He's traded. Where do your expectations go on this season? Because I believe all the expectations for the Dolphins weren't just that they could win. No, they had the explosive offense. It didn't look like what the Chiefs looked like last year. They had the guy that made them a big play threat, and it's not something they've had since Marino.
I mean, there's a lot of data points that you can pick at. Tyreek Hill didn't look like himself last year. It got off to an inauspicious start, but it's baked into the fabric of this franchise is to his health. He just can't finish a season healthy.
But what's the answer to my question on Hill?
Without Tyreek, I mean, they have weapons, right? It all depends on, is Jalen Waddle going to be healthy? Malik Washington has looked okay. It's preseason so far. You have no idea what Darren Waller is going to be at this point in time. Ollie Gordon has looked good if he's the number 2.
He was good in college. Yeah. Just the Dolphins are more likely to win a game if Tyreek Hill is out injured as opposed to if Tua is out injured, because the fall off is crazy.
Yeah, and the Dolphins are not alone in relying super heavily on their best player. What is J.J. McCarthy's chances if Justin Jefferson gets hurt in Minnesota? I mean, there's a dozen teams in the league like that.
Yeah, but usually the risk is of health, and that one's random. This one's got more in it. This one's not just health. This one, you can lose everything that was your head coaching career in the first 4 games if he doesn't actually have control of Tyreek Hill and if he doesn't actually have the respect of Tyreek Hill. And furthermore, if Tyreek Hill has actually lost the respect of those people in the locker room, because he did what no one does. At the end of last season when it was down, when Tyreek Hill tells you he's just a winner, all he's known is winning. He loses poorly and throws a temper tantrum in public that every player feels and no player acts on, because no other player is quite the baby that this person is.
I'm afraid it feels pretty predictable how the Dolphins season is going to go. It's going to get undone by an injury to their quarterback, and that'll be that. And then they'll have to reevaluate how they want to move forward with this franchise. I know they tried for so long to get somebody with the production of Tua's, but every season there's some sort of scare that makes you wonder if this guy can continue playing football. You have to almost include it in your projections that he's going to miss a few games.
I wouldn't. I mean, he has had one season in 5 where he played all 17 games.
That's bad.
It's bad, but there's no, a law of averages, right? I mean, there's no reason why he can't do it again. The one of the reasons
there is his head. His head. I think that there is plenty of reason why he can't do it is because of all the other injuries that he took.
I'm with my dad. He's due.
Okay,
that's not how the law of averages works. So.
He holds the ball a shorter amount of time than any other starting quarterback in the league
ever.
Right. So there are things in that offensive formula designed to prevent his getting future concussions. But the reason I think more highly of the Dolphins' chances this year than some do is the first half schedule is really easy. Okay, and then it gets really tough with 3 games in a row, but all 3 of those games are at home. So I think there's a favorable schedule here for them to get off to an encouraging start that foments hope.
Billy, were you making faces at the ability to do 1 loss on the Dolphins schedule?
No, I would love to do 1 loss. We can go over it right now if you would like. I was just going to say, I don't know if you guys caught the preseason game on Saturday, but Tua still decides to scramble sometimes, which is kind of like, what are you doing, sir? Why do you continue to do this knowing, especially in a preseason game that means absolutely nothing?
Here is the most homerific paragraph from the Cody column on MiamiHerald.com if you want to go behind the paywall. Tua, yes, Tua. Those are exclamation points. He rarely uses those.
It's true.
It's when he really means it, okay?
Yeah, italics, exclamation points.
Greg Cody does not often use the exclamation point. If number of times in your historic 50-year column career give me a number that you have used the exclamation point, do you believe?
Well, it's a long-ass career, so I would say less than 100. And usually I use it in an ironic sense. Like I use it to over-dramatize how I imagine people are receiving this.
Tua, yes, Tua. The quarterback is a cornerstone. Reason for optimism and hope if you believe he can stay healthy. I do. I really don't know how you can believe that. Like how anybody can. It's not you. I just don't know. I don't know how you can have faith in that. But okay. I do, says Cody. Tua's 38-25, 603 winning percentage as a starter. Justin Herbert, drafted 1 spot later, is 41-38. 52% winning percentage. Tua in his career has led the NFL in passing yard, completion percentage, and passer rating. QBs who have not led in all three categories in their careers include Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Herbert, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, and Dan Marino. None of this is to put Tua at that level, but to say when healthy, he has the skills to be a top 10 quarterback.
Stop being a homer, bro.
Yeah, every word of that